My name is Eddie Robbins. I'm a project manager at Landscape Management Group. On this project, the clients had an old farmhouse patio that they wanted to recreate. This was an old farmhouse that had an existing patio in between their house and the client's shop. They weren't really using the area because it was old and tore up, so we built them a new patio that was functional.
The first thing we do with all of our design is start by building the house out and making sure all of the elevations look correct, which was important with this project because of the large hill on their workshop. When we actually started the design though, we looked at all the different elevations on the site and really wanted to simplify that. There are a few major elements in this project: the new walkway, the new entryway, the step system on either side of the workshop, and all of the new landscaping. Throughout the design process, there weren't really many changes to the actual design outside of materials. However, once we started the project, there were a lot of changes that needed to be made just because of how things were being built. It was important for the client that, since this was an older house, that we matched that old farmhouse aesthetic that the building already had. And to do that, we really focused on the materials and making sure that everything was just right for that.
Some of the immediate challenges were the elevations. There was a lot of elevations that we had to deal and figure out where the steps were landing, where the retaining wall was going, how that was all going to line up with the tiered patios. Once we started excavating, we realized that there was an old cistern, a rainwater cistern on the property, which created a nice big void. We then had to fill up with 57 gravel to get it all compacted and stable. We also found an existing well that was used to get water for the animals, and it was going to interfere with the elevations of the patio. So we had to take down the concrete on the top of it and add a retaining wall around it, so that way we could have pavers as the new floor for where the water would spill out to. We had a lot of issues with drainage. It's an old farmhouse. The house seemed to be in good condition, but their shop that was there seemed to have been taking in a lot of water in the previous years. So what we did is we put some bamboo barrier or root barrier up against the building to stop that water, to stop anything from pushing against it. And we added drainage behind that, so that way the water would be able to go out and then out their gutter system and away. As soon as we got that all figured out, we started building our retaining walls and our steps, which then we were able to backfill and screed and lay the patio. So the lighting wire was specifically placed to put lighting in the walls and in the steps, as well as in the landscaping. So we had to pre-run the wiring, so that way once we get to the top of the walls and once we get the patio and the beds set up, then we could actually install the fixtures. On this project, we had a lot of slab steps going down both sides of the shop. We had to match up the elevations of the existing concrete slab that was on the lower portion and tie those in step by step all the way up until we met our new patio. They had a foundation wall that was exposed on the house that we needed to come up with a solution to fix. We came up with putting a seating wall right in front of it to back it up and, make it look better. After this project was complete, the homeowners were extremely happy. We came through with everything that they had asked for, was there all along the way. They were really nice people to work with. I love the steps that we built for them. They were dual winding paths that go around the farmhouse down to the lower cellar of the farmhouse. We also installed Weatherbull's railing, which made it very secure and easy for them to get down the steps that were previously crumbling with no railing. On this project, the farmhouse and in between the house was not very well draining, so we had to add drainage, French drains specifically, going along the old farmhouse that tied into the existing gutter system. This old farmhouse was made with clay brick, so the materials that we chose for the patio tied directly into it. We actually used some of their old existing brick walkway clay pavers and the accent border that went around the patio. Given the complexity of this project, it was extremely important to have a project manager. There's a number of things that could have gone wrong if we did not pre-plan. It's very important to have someone in my position communicating and coordinating with the homeowners, so that way they end up getting what they want in the end. Although this project was very complex, we ironed out all the details and the homeowners were very happy, and we're very happy to be a part of another great project.